Have you ever longed to be fully known and still fully loved? Welcome to HisTime365. Today is day 190, and we're reading Psalms 139 through 141. These chapters remind us that God sees us completely, stays near in every struggle, and calls us to respond with prayer, trust, and humility. Have you ever felt truly seen by someone? Not just a surface-level recognition, but a deep understanding of who you are. In Psalms 139 through 141, we explore the profound knowledge God has of us and how that awareness shapes our lives. Psalm 139 opens with a powerful affirmation. God knows us intimately. The psalmist David begins by declaring that God has searched him and known him. It's a beautiful reminder that we cannot hide from God. He knows our thoughts, our actions, and even our motivations. Think about a time when you felt overwhelmed at work. Perhaps you felt like no one understood your struggles. But in those moments, God sees your hard work, your frustrations, and your desires. It's comforting to know that in our busy lives, with all the noise and distractions, there is someone who knows us completely. David goes on to reflect on the omnipresence of God, stating that there is nowhere we can go to escape His presence. Whether we ascend to the heavens or descend to the depths, God is there. Psalms 139:8. This can be particularly meaningful when we face challenges in our mental health. When feelings of anxiety or depression seem to engulf us, it's reassuring to understand that we're never alone. God is there, understanding our pain, holding us close even when we feel isolated. In the latter part of this psalm, David expresses awe at the complexity of God's creation, including ourselves. He marvels at how we are fearfully and wonderfully made. Psalms 139:14. This can serve as a reminder to celebrate our uniqueness and worth in a world that often pushes unrealistic standards. In a digital age where social media often depicts curated lives, it's vital to recognize that we are all wonderfully made. Let's take a moment to appreciate our individuality, to love ourselves as God loves us. Moving to Psalm 140, David shifts his focus to prayer and protection. He cries out to God for rescue from the evil around him, recognizing the threats that can come from others. Life can often feel like a battlefield, whether it's dealing with toxic coworkers, family conflicts, or even the harsh realities of financial pressures. In these moments, we ought to remember to seek God's guidance and protection. Just as David asked for deliverance from harm, we can turn to God in our times of need, trusting that He hears our cries and provides refuge. Finally, Psalm 141 continues this theme of prayer and devotion. David requests that God set a watch over his mouth, highlighting the importance of our words. In our day-to-day interactions, whether at home with family or at work with colleagues, our words can create a significant impact. Have you ever said something in the heat of the moment that you regretted later? David's prayer reminds us to be mindful of our speech, to think before we speak, and to seek God's wisdom in communicating with others. As we reflect on these Psalms, let's consider how they apply to our lives today. In our families, we might strive to create an environment where everyone feels seen and valued, just as God sees and values us. At work, we can be conscientious about our words, fostering positivity instead of negativity. In our financial dealings, we can seek integrity and wisdom, trusting in God's provision rather than succumbing to fear. Through these reflections, the overarching takeaway from Psalms 139 through 141 is the importance of recognizing God's intimate knowledge of us and responding with prayer, mindfulness, and a commitment to live a life that reflects His love and understanding. When we know we are fully known and loved, it changes how we live. How does knowing that God understands your innermost thoughts and feelings affect your daily life?
In what ways can you be more mindful of your words in your relationships? How do you seek God's protection and guidance when faced with challenges?
Thanks so much for joining me today for His Time 365. Remember, today's reading is Psalms 139 through 141, so be sure to spend some time with those verses during your quiet time. Tomorrow, we'll be diving into Psalms 142 through 144, so feel free to read ahead if you'd like to prepare. If you enjoyed this time together, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so that you never miss a day on this journey. I'll see you back right here tomorrow for day 191. Until then, stay encouraged and thank you for giving God